Today, today. Who is into today? Is it my today? Is it your today? Is my today your tomorrow? Is my today your yesterday? I have no video for today. No Nibiru, no brown dwarf, nothing. I sat down for 4 hours and I penciled out whatever I can do. And some said I was brilliant. Others said I needed a doctor. I agreed with both of them. I definitely need a doctor so that I can go deeper into my brain. I don't want to stop where my mind is going. I want to continue. A writer doesn't stop because he seems to look crazy. He's writing a book, the story of life, how it came to be, whatever number is connected. If I tell you 3, 5, and 8, you go over to the closet, and number 3 is the salt. Number 5 is the sugar. Number 8 is the pepper. So that's what the numbers mean. So at least you know. In that definition, in every corridor that you open, that you turn, every vat will contain something a little bit different. But in the house of God, okay, they had to follow the flow as the way it was built. Now, if it seems like you don't understand the sense I'm making out of this, it's because I see, but it's hard to tell. What I see is so hard to describe. It's almost like I see nothing. It's like a void. It's almost like I feel in what should be there. It's almost like I'm writing what's actually happening in my life because I'm living my visions. I'm learning through what I see, trying to understand and better for who I am in the realm of this society based on the planet of the free libertarian. Where can I go? What numbers can I bring up? What can I say? I can just say. If you just ask, I can just say. Now, like I said, I need to put all the numbers. If you show me number 1, you have to show me all the number 1s. And 1 is very hard to find because the minute you go A, that's 1. The minute you go O, it's A and E. So that's 6. 6 and 1 is the 7th gate. Anyways, happy Shabbos. For some reason, in my shul, which they call my synagogue that I go to, they call it the Beth Jacob. So my synagogue has a girl's name, Beth. Take away the H, it's Bet. The H just means the heavens. The way they write it, if you're left, if you're right, Hebrew, English. Anyways, the story goes on for whatever it will bring tomorrow. Maybe it'll come out of the cards. I don't know. I never know what's next. I never know what to do. Everything I do is small because the big things, I don't know where they are. The only thing I can do with something that's big is I'll look at it and I'll say truth or lie. And if I don't choose any of them, it's because I don't know. In the realm of today, in which is actually the 181st day of the year, but if it was last year, it'd be the 180th day of the year because this year we had a leap year. We only have 90 days of winter, okay? If you write down the word spirit, it equals 91. If you total all the points from the number 1 to 13, or the cards 1 to king, it'll equal 91, okay? 4 seasons of 91 equals 364 days. The reason for the day and a quarter, the 30 hours, it's the 555. It's the creation of the triangle. It's the crossing of the triangle. It's the 10, 10, 10 world crossing through 5. 5 by 5 by 5 is 1.25. Add that to the 91. Winter has no spirit as Santa Claus comes to see us. Hanging up the sock, ringing on the bell. The sock, I just figured out today, has to do with um, digital. Digital. I don't know why. I don't know why. Somebody has to explain to me what a sock is. You put stuff. The only thing I know in a sock, it's got a heel, it's got a sole, it's got the front toe, and it's got a hole to put your foot in. Your foot goes all the way into the sock, never says a word, Dark as shit in there, stinks like hell, and your foot still loves to be in that sock. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes. What are we playing? Is this hangman or is it baseball? Because 3 strikes in baseball doesn't necessarily mean you're out. And you can fight me on this. I will tell you right now, 3 strikes in baseball does not mean you're out. And everybody with a simpleton mind will not figure this out. Because when the guy throws 3 balls, okay, they're not strikes. I just told you, they throw 3 balls. But in the other realm, to look at this, if he did throw 3 strikes and he wasn't out, it's because he fouled them off. Still a strike. What do you call it? We don't call this one a strike. We call it a foul ball. So now they individualized what a strike is compared to a foul ball. Because when the pitch goes, the pitch is marked, and it's marked down what happens to the pitch and what kind of pitch it is. And the guy's sitting in the glove going, and all he's doing is playing with his 5 fingers. You know what I'm saying? And then he holds his glove down. Signs of the world in the game of golf. Hit me a birdie. The only time. You can't say hit me a chicken. You know what I'm saying? Can't hit me a chicken. If you hit it off the tee, you can't hit a chicken. Chickens don't fly. Unless you make a duff. And you know you can't pick your ball up in the rough, and you don't have to replace the rough when you hit a duff. But you got to replace it in other places. That's how God made creation. He showed you in every single game. And then you got an eagle. An eagle is 2. 1 and 1. An eagle. E-A-G-L-E. E and A is 1 and 5. It means omega. You got an egg. You got an eagle because you got 2 eggs. 2 shots less. 0 and 0. What do your shots count for if you didn't take them? In order to get that eagle, both of those have to count for 0 and 0. 1 shot less and 1 shot less is 2. There's many ways to look at this. Take out your driver, or is it your 1 wood? 1 wood. 1 wood what? What would 1 do? You got your 3 wood. I give you your tree, sir. Ah, got my own tree. I'm looking to get my own mountain. You take out the 3 iron. You ever see the angles? Take a look at the angle of the 3 iron, measure it out on 360 degrees, check what you get on the clock, okay, and then you'll know what that 3 actually means in a new definition in golf. What does it mean? Is it 130? 13 hours, 30 minutes, which is 600, 780, 810 minutes. Oh my God, 810 minutes. 9 times 9 is 81. If you're looking at 2 numbers, don't look at 2. It works in Trinity. It's 1, 2, 3, but look at it in Trinity. Now I just mixed myself up, but that's okay. I'm mixed up anyways. And that's the reason I'm able to get through with my bipolar, is because I accept the fact that I can look a little bit dopey sometimes because I feel stoned, and I'm not stoned. But when you get into that world where the pineal gland lifts, your body functions are different. They're different. Sometimes I don't look at the camera and I keep moving my head around and around and around and around. I don't even have my eyes open. They're closed. It's almost like I'm reading a book. I came here to say something about whatever it was to be of one of my daily diaries, and already I've chalked off over 9 minutes into this video, getting to a point of where, for who, meaning what, to who. Helium and hydrogen, H and E. Very interesting. So yes, we were talking about 1. Someone, the 1 would. What would 1 do? Now, if you use 2 wood, well, 2 would what? Do you understand what the word 2 means? It can mean 2, T-O-O, and T-O. It can be T-off with your wood. It's not. They're all terminologies for something else, especially when you get down. How's it doing down there? If it's a girl, no. If it's a guy, we're down in the mining center. He's down the shaft. It's okay. When you grab your driver, you grab it by the shaft. Okay? But if your girlfriend's in the room with you and you mention anything about the shaft, I think she's going to think you're disgusting. Okay? So when you say shaft, there's always a time and place for the word shaft. Okay? And it also means to screw somebody, to take advantage of them. Like to take something from them and not to give it back. It's a shafting system. Okay? There's all kinds of things like that. Scaffolding, okay, has the tendency to do the same thing. It's to take you to another level from the first floor by scaffolding. Scaffolding up, scaffolding down. Um, some of my terminologies might not be always correct, and it seems like I'm always trying to make up for what I might have did wrong. I must do that because I have to make sure. How do you want to keep up with me? By the time this conversation ends and I upload this video, I'll completely forget of what I said. Well, not in totality. I will remember in the good hands and the grace of God that He gave us not only the Bible, but He gave us rules and regulations to all the games. And it's the rules and regulations of all the games that make the Ten Commandments even more stronger, because otherwise you're cheating in all the games. So you need those Ten Commandments. The other thing about the Ten Commandments, there's just so much, so much. Don't want to go into any area and defect from where I have begun. 1, 3, 5, and 9. Okay? The card. All have something in common. And it's this dot right in the center. They're the only cards with that. Add them up, bring it into the world. If nobody knows what a 10-10 world is, it's a completion, okay, of A to Z, 1 to 10, 0 to 9. It's a totality. So what happens in the world of creation, right? You build everything from a 10 worlds. But in the world of creation, A, B, and C, 1, 2, 3, disappear because you become it. 1, 2, and 3, you become the creation in this world. So they disappear. So instead of 10, we're now 9, 8, 7. Now we're in the 7 world. And on a dice, there's only 6 sides. Because if you don't stick to the next side, the minute you start connecting, although there's 6 sides on a dice, the minute you start connecting the opposites, you automatically get 3 connects. 1 to 6, 2 to 5, 3 to 4. 6 sides, 3 connects, totaling 9. Now you have the birth of this dice. Raphael 7280 says, ask me anything, but the more you can explain with what you ask, the more I can interpret the way you're thinking. You see, what I do is not only interpret what I see and what I think, I also interpret how you talk to me, what you say, what your enthusiasm about it is, just to get your focused view. I can't just see it my way, because it's just not me. I'm not the totality. I will look at it on both sides of the fashion. But I can say I am an extended arm, just like you are an extended arm. We are the extension of God. God can't get us pregnant and be present here, okay? But He can send His seed, as He did with Christ, okay? And do you know how that works? Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just accept what God. I'll tell you one thing. If God decides to say, Matrix, shut down, this earth vanishes in dust, a cloud of dust. And it won't even last long. What will happen to Earth when it blows up? How long will it last? That glow. Will it become a star? You think Earth one day will be actually a chance it becomes a star? Is there a chance Earth can become a star? Is there a chance Earth can become a star? There's no stars on Earth. This is a cruel, deceitful place with demons and evil sorcerers. Those who know how to manipulate the gem, money. Those who know how to take it from you. Those who can manipulate you and take what's yours just because there's more of them and less of you. This planet, if it ever explodes, the only reason it will become a star is because no man will live, and nor would any man deserve to live, and therefore the winner of this game, getting the top and the golden star, is the earth, the nature, and that's it, my friends, because we ain't there no more. We're only an element inside the mind. It's like a little marble. It's electronic. We're electronic, face it. We have salt inside of us. You know we can be transformed. I know they will connect the computer into our brains in less than 20 years from now. The computers will be in our brains. We already have chips. It is so easy to put it inside of you. The same way they can control fingers on a man's fake arm, they can control within your arm if they put a chip inside of you. They can control the elements for pain. So if anybody gets chipped in this world, my friends, we're in for a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. But then again, everybody knows this world, okay, is for the evolution of the mind, for the mind to advance. But at the same time it advances, you can't take a baseball bat and knock everybody down next to you. Because when it means to advance, it means to play the law of the rules. You cannot steal. But we must keep secrets. Secrets are good up to a certain point, and then after that, it's no longer really a good secret anymore, because then either that secret is forgot, but it's always reminded, and then it sits on you and it hurts. Unless you're protecting something, then that secret will come back with love inside of you. Are there schoolhouses? We are called the students. Yo elev in craps. They call us the students. Are we the students? Or are the students on a future planet they call Earth? Saturn's Earth. And where they're in a schoolhouse right now, we're connected to them and they're playing us. But the whole thing is, they played the game about 7 hours ago, just like 7 hours from Israel to Montreal. Now, I'm bringing the game forward. They've already punched in. They've already programmed me for the day, okay? But they can only program up to a certain percent because the digital is 4. Man is 6. Man is 50% more than that. It is 2 more. So, and the reason also in blackjack it pays 1.5 times the difference is because it equals the 6. Because man is the one playing in the game. So this is, but you can change what they do, okay? And the only way I believe you can change what they do, in fact, there's many ways to change what they can do, and one of the ways to change it is mostly in goodness. Because if you do not change for in goodness, eventually what happens is the totality of this planet goes to one stream system. Just like everything I'm doing in my computer goes right into that computer and then somewhere else. If you fool the computer or don't clean the fans or do any other crazy thing, the system will shut down. System will shut down. So what I'm trying to say by this is we're connected to all the plants and everything. And if the plants aren't growing, it's because the percentage of what man's value is to this earth goes into the mother computer and goes against nature to rebalance everything. When you force one way, it must twist the other way, like twisting a tin can. If this is an electronic world, in my book, this is the way it would be. And also they would be in those schoolhouses, and there'd be more than one kind of schoolhouse. But besides that, I want to tell you one thing. The biggest planet in our solar system that I know besides Titan and all this, okay, the 9, the major 9, is Jupiter. What? Jew? Who's a Jew? A Jew, or if you say Jew, if you say je, and this word Jew, okay, in all the ways that I've torn it apart in different languages, it means game. It means the candy. It means that's what it's all about. It's not that nobody else is the Jew. They're from a different part of the game. They might be from a different part of Urantia, not part of the Hashem God. but included as the Hashem God in this world, meaning they came from other worlds before they came to Earth. Earth was an amalgamation of all the other worlds. It's almost like going to Walt Disney World, okay, and going into one Walt Disney World, but going into 100 different rides. Basically, what this planet is. So, because for me, it's not fair that it's all about the Jew and the Jew's going to bring the Messiah. And isn't it funny? Well, I am Jewish, and every religion is talking about the Messiah. So, my God, the Jewish God, is bringing a Jewish Messiah. The Allah God is bringing an Islamic Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, we'll see what it is. We'll see how it is. You know what I'm saying? Raphael 72:86. In the constellation of Pegasus, I want Pegasus. Lo and behold, the last piece. We must take the chess pieces and put them over the keyboard and see what chess moves we can make and what letters we can connect. And there's many other things that we can do. There's many other things. One thing that we can do on the keyboard is, you see it's off center here. We could take these three numbers and put a little chip here, and it'll cover these three numbers. But you can't do it for four numbers. It won't work. Won't work. It'll have to be too big of a chip. The chip has to be a certain size. Oh yeah, I can put a chip. No, the chip has to be the same size as the key. Period. Raphael 72:86.